How luxury brands get you to buy. You don't buy luxury. Luxury buys you. Before you ever walk into a boutique, before you ever hold the product, before you ever look at the price, the decision is already forming in your mind. And that's not an accident. From Louis Vuitton to Rolex to Ferrari, luxury brands don't sell products. They sell identity. And once you understand the system, you'll never look at a luxury store the same way again. Section 1, they manufacture scarcity. Luxury brands could produce more. They don't. Hermès could flood the market with Birkin bags tomorrow. Patek Philippe could triple production. Chanel could make more classic flaps. But they restrict supply on purpose. Why? Because scarcity creates perceived value. When something is hard to get, your brain assigns it more importance. When you're told you can't have something, you want it more. When there's a waiting list, it must be valuable. Some Rolex models have multi-year wait lists. Certain Hermès bags aren't even displayed, they're offered. That word matters. You don't choose the product. The brand chooses you. And that flips the psychological power dynamic. You're no longer a customer. You're being evaluated. Section 2, they control the environment. Walk into a luxury boutique. Notice the silence, the space, the lighting, the distance between products, the slow pace. This is intentional. Luxury stores are designed to lower sensory overload and increase perceived exclusivity. Compare that to a crowded retail store, blasting music and stacking inventory high. Luxury brands remove urgency. They remove clutter. They remove chaos because urgency feels cheap, and cheap destroys aspiration. Even the employees are trained differently. They don't chase. They don't discount. They don't rush. They let you sit with the desire. And the longer you sit with it, the more you justify it. Section 3, they raise prices on purpose. Most companies compete by lowering prices. Luxury brands do the opposite. Chanel has repeatedly raised the price of its classic handbags, sometimes multiple times in a single year. Did demand drop? No, it increased. Why? Because higher prices signal status. In luxury, price is part of the product. If it's too affordable, it loses meaning. When Ferrari raises prices, it doesn't scare buyers. It reinforces the message. This is not for everyone. And that's exactly the point. Luxury is exclusion, and exclusion creates desire. Section 4, they sell story, not product. A $50 t-shirt covers your body. A $500 t-shirt tells a story. Luxury brands obsess over heritage, craftsmanship, founders, legacy, artisans, tradition. Louis Vuitton reminds you it began as a trunk maker in 1854. Rolex highlights its association with explorers and deep-sea divers. Ferrari ties every car back to racing DNA. The product becomes symbolic. You're not buying leather. You're buying history. You're not buying steel. You're buying mastery. And when something feels like legacy, it feels worth more. Section 5, they use social proof at the highest level. Luxury brands don't rely on loud advertising. They rely on controlled visibility. Red carpets, athlete, CEOs, royalty. When influential people wear something, it becomes coded as elite. Hermès doesn't need billboards everywhere. Its products appear on people whose lifestyle you admire. The message is subtle. This is what the top looks like. And your brain connects ownership with elevation, even if subconsciously. Section 6, they make you earn it. Here's the part most people never notice. Some luxury brands won't sell you their most desirable products unless you've built a relationship. With Hermès, clients often purchase smaller items first, scarves, belts, accessories, before being offered a Birkin. With Ferrari, certain limited models are only available to prior owners. This creates a ladder. And once you've climbed part of it, walking away feels like losing progress. It becomes emotional investment, not just financial. The real mechanism. Luxury brands understand one core truth. People don't buy products. They buy signals. Signals of success. Signals of taste. Signals of belonging. Signals of superiority. Signals of identity. When you purchase luxury, you're making a statement without speaking. And that statement is often aimed at yourself as much as others. Because owning something rare makes you feel rare. Owning something exclusive makes you feel elevated. Owning something expensive makes you feel accomplished, even if nothing else changed. The quiet masterstroke. Here's what makes luxury brands genius. They don't convince you logically. They move you emotionally, then let you rationalize. You tell yourself, it's an investment. It holds value. It's quality. I deserve it. And sometimes those things are true. But the initial spark, that came from identity. Luxury brands build worlds. And when you step inside that world, you're not just buying an item. You're buying a version of yourself. The twist, here's the paradox. The more accessible luxury becomes, the less powerful it feels. That's why brands destroy unsold inventory. That's why they limit distribution. That's why they fight counterfeits aggressively.